The latest data leak uncovered by the Pegasus project, a groundbreaking collaboration by more than 80 journalists from 17 media organizations in 10 countries and coordinated by Paris-based media non-profit Forbidden Stories, revealed the mobile phone numbers of some familiar names. Among them, 14 heads of state and government, including Presidents Cyril Ramaphosa and France's Emmanuel Macron, and Pakistan's Imran Khan, among others. According to the consortium's reporting, the Pegasus malware infects electronic devices, enabling operators of the tool to obtain messages, photos and emails, record calls and even activate microphones. Amnesty has called it an unprecedented revelation.
There's need for urgent regulation to rein in the Wild West surveillance industry. States must, with immediate effect, impose a moratorium on the export, use, sale and transfer of all surveillance equipment until a human rights compliant regulatory framework is put into place.
The United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Michelle Bachelet, pointed to the information as confirming some of the worst fears about potential misuse of surveillance technology to illegally undermine people's human rights as calls for an international regulatory framework grow.
We are certainly aware of these reports. And as you know, the UN has been calling consistently for better regulations of these cyber activities to make sure that people's rights, including the rights of activists, the rights of journalists and others, are not violated. There are many bodies, of course, that deal with communications, including the UN Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization on the one hand. There's our own various technology offices. But you'll have seen that the Secretary General himself has been calling for a greater sense of regulation of this system to avoid the basic loss of people's rights from improper information sharing.
The Committee to Protect Journalists, along with Amnesty, has long warned that sophisticated spyware products marketed to governments to fight crime have been used to target the press, posing a severe threat to press freedom globally.
NSO Group can no longer hide behind the claim that its spyware is only used to fight crime. So what we are asking for is very simple, that the NSO must immediately stop selling its equipment to countries with a track record of putting human rights defenders and journalists under unlawful surveillance.
In a statement, the Israeli tech firm at the center of these revelations, NSO Group, denied the veracity of reports related to the leaked database, adding that the numbers appearing on a list was in no way indicative of whether that particular number was selected for surveillance using their Pegasus software. The UN's High Commissioner for Human Rights also warning that in the absence of a human rights compliant regulatory framework, that there are simply too many risks around these tools being abused to intimidate critics and silence dissent. Sherwin Bryceby's SABC News, New York.